5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And it's live.
This is Leicester Till I Die TV. Watch and subscribe on YouTube and listen on your podcast platform.
Good evening, everybody. That's kind of how tonight is going to carry on. Welcome along. I hope everybody is well. Thank you for joining us. If you are watching live, like, share, subscribe, do all that poo. If you're watching on catch-up, you can do the same. And if you're listening by your podcast platform of choice, thank you very much for joining us. You will see that Josh has aged a bit this week.
You keep
how you doing, Wayne?
I'm glad you didn't add significantly.
I didn't want to go too far, do you know what I mean? But
I'm all right, mate. I've recovered after that match, and you kind of put it into the context of overall life.
It is, isn't it? I think we were definitely punching before that, but no, thank you so much for dropping in, and Josh can't make it this evening, so it's very, very nice of you to jump in for us. You've obviously watched the show, so you know what it's all about.
Yeah.
It's usually me and Josh making complete idiots of ourselves. Jim is in. Hi, Chris. What's with the new guy? He seems to know his stuff. We've not started yet, Jim, so when we get into it, we will see. We've not actually said anything yet. But Jim, nice of you to join us all the way from, I'm sure, sunny Florida, because it's pissing down with rain here. I presume it's not exactly brilliant in Leicester either.
It's not. Good afternoon, Chris, to be honest. Yeah, all the doom and gloom weather, it doesn't quite hit the Midlands, really. We get away with it up here.
I see what you mean, Jim. Yes, he was. Well, where is he still there? He is doing very, very well. So I'm going to basically let Wayne go first every time, and I'm just going to copy him. Because Jim, you've even overtaken me. Oh my God! I've got 2 Americans in the group, and they're both above me. Oh.
Jim mentioned he must, when he goes on, he must mention it quite a bit in the post match that he's gone above you, Chris.
I'm sure he will. All I'll say is 2 words to him. Well, 1 word to him, in fact. So I'll just say 1 word, Jim. Jaguars. How did they get on at the weekend? Anyway, moving on, before I start another war of independence. Here is said table. And Wayne is still in 3rd place. Stat on top of Brad. As you can see there, the reason that you're on top of Brad, and everybody else explains well, is that you've got 6 correct scores this season.
Right.
Brad's only got 5. Now, the question I have to ask is, how the hell did you get 6 correct scores?
I got 2 last week, Chris, crazily last weekend, but then like on midweek I got 1 point, and it can be a cruel game, this prediction league, can't it?
It can, and in fact, I tell you what, it's a lot harder being only 6 games. Because if you do really well in the other 6, although I'm not doing that either, because I'm behind Josh in the almost Memorial Barry Fry Trophy. We did name it that and found out he was still alive. Hi Barry, if you're watching. I'm not even doing well in that, but yeah, it does make it harder. And I've got to say, the results are all over the place, aren't they?
They are. So does that mean Tom has got 6 correct, even though he's only got 27 points there?
Tom H has, yes. That's not our Tom. Our Tom has got 2 right and he's below me.
Yeah.
That is blue tinted glasses Tom.
Well, because you got 3 wins, yeah. It's going to be interesting. I do like the fun of it, Chris. It's great fun, isn't it?
It is, and I might carry this on next season, even if we get promoted, just go for like a Super 6. I don't know where I got the idea from. Hi, Jeff.
Sorry, what did you say, that sentence, Chris? Even if we get promoted?
Yes.
You've been on the meths.
Even if, because I'm in at the moment. But look, it's a bit of fun at the end of the day. Like I say, I am the proverbial bride's knickers on a wedding day. So I've shot down very, very quickly. I'm shooting down quicker than an addict on drugs, I'll tell you. There we go. But that is the table. Jim is up. He's in 12th. He's 6 points ahead of me. And I have to say, well done, Jim. America aside, Nate won the whole thing last season, and he's top this season.
Yeah, and in fact, I bet Jim will highlight the fact that if you look at that list, Nate's the top of the left column, and Jim's the top of the right column.
Indeed. So Jim is a bit. Well, Nate, I guess it would have been like, who could I say? I don't know. The Jamie Vardy of the group, where Jim is very much like the James Justin. Shit, but the best of the shit.
I'll tell you what, Chris, you could have called him an Edward. I mean, that would have been very low, wouldn't it?
That would have been. If Nate had lived on the other side, so he's from where we are, he obviously lives behind, his time zone is behind us. He was on the other side. I'd say that he was able to see the result before they went live. But,
we can't let Nate win again, can we? As you say, Chris, we don't want the Yanks taking over, do we?
I never said that, Jim. I never said that. Just letting you know. But yes, and I'll tell you what, Jim, I'm part of that shit. Look at me. 20. We sit here every week, me and Josh, and there couldn't be 2 worse. It's like I'm trying to think of a person's name. You know, on This Morning they have like a doctor show.
Never watched that program, Chris. I know I'm missing out, but I never watch it.
Oh, well, you're not, to be honest with you. But let me put it this way: it's like Harold Shipman going on Doctors or Holby City. You know,
Mr. Angry running an anger awareness course, isn't it? You know,
it is. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But anyway, let us. We've come on here to predict. So let's get predicted. And here are the week's matches. Starting tomorrow night, and guys, because we had the Tuesday and Wednesday games, the deadline, which would normally be tonight at 12, I have extended till lunchtime tomorrow, but it has to be, if you haven't got your predictions in by lunchtime tomorrow, and somebody was late last week, they will be discarded because we have a Friday night game, so it just stops any confusion. But Preston take on Sheffield United, Coventry, Watford, Ipswich, West Brom. That could be a good game. Portsmouth, Southampton. The ones with the blowing of the Super 6. Blackburn, Southampton. You've got Bristol, Birmingham, Derby QPR, Hull Charlton, Middlesbrough versus Wrexham. The team that's going to get 3 points this weekend, Millwall, will be taking on Leicester. Sheffield Wednesday, Oxford. And I'm so glad, and I'm not sure who it was, but just thinking, because I've got that the wrong way round. In fact, Sheffield Wednesday, Oxford is not a Super 6 game. Swansea, Norwich is a Super 6 game.
Right.
But I convinced myself that it was that way round. And what I say, I just couldn't be asked to do it all again. So, but no, Swansea, Norwich is the Super 6 game. But this is what the table looks like. We're down to 9th.
Woo!
But you sent me a thing through, didn't you, from Kieran Maguire, the gentleman that does the football thing. And the 3 promoted teams aren't in the bottom 3 at the moment. And the 3 relegated teams aren't in the bottom 3 either. I mean, what does that say to you? I mean, is that gap really getting bigger?
Well, I mean, the previous 2 seasons, people said they are getting bigger, but the promoted teams have started well in the Premier League this season. So one person says, well, does it mean the gap's actually getting closer again? I don't think I think it's just an anomaly, Chris. I think as the season goes on, I think Burnley got dragged into it. But Sunderland, I mean, they went off through the playoffs, and normally the team that goes up through the playoffs does really poorly.
Yes, yeah, no, I agree. But like you said, they are doing well. And look, I was defending Marty after 4 draws. I wasn't defending him after that game. As you know, you were on the post-match reaction with me. There's no excuse for that. Absolutely no excuse whatsoever. If Marty is the manager that I think he is. He's not the manager I think he is, and he hasn't got a pair of balls between his legs, and he's kowtowing to the club to play the players so we can get some money for them, then let's get him out now, is sort of the thing. But I thought better of him. At the end of the day, it's only the second loss. There's only, I think, 2 teams that have lost less than us, and one of those is sitting at the top. But when you look like that, Ipswich are down in 14th. Yes, they've got a game in hand, but that still wouldn't take them above us. And Southampton, who a lot of people were predicting to go straight back up,
yeah,
they are struggling. And I'm going to tell you, Mr. Still is, and no pun intended, still my favourite to get the sack.
I think he will do, Chris. I think he will do. I think with Marta, his post-match, he did say, look, it is the attitude, definitely. But I've got to take it on the chin with my selection and different things like that, because it is a fine line, but you've got to start with your strongest team, and they make the difference, don't they? They do make the difference. And it illustrates the averageness of a lot of other players that are on a lot of money.
Yeah, a lot of people said, look at the strength of the Leicester squad. Really,
all these other teams that are doing well, like your Prestons, your Hull Cities, your Stokes, your Charltons, your Millwalls, they're not peppered with like loads of money players, but they've got a brilliant attitude, well organised, and they are physically fit. And what they also do, they can all attack. All of those teams can attack you and score goals. They
can, but I think also as well, you're talking a lot of teams there that have been together for quite a few seasons and haven't had the off-pitch problems that we've had. Apart from Sheffield Wednesday, we have had more problems off the pitch than any other team out there. Everybody we brought in was on a free or on a loan. So, we are struggling, and it is a case of, making the best of a bad job. But I also believe that I can fly. I believe I can fly. That's a song, isn't it? But I also believe...
positivity, Chris. Look, Marty probably singing that in the mirror when he's having a shave.
I know. Get in there. Tell yourself if you can do that. But yeah, no, I mean, it's... I think we were we started off better, and I think we were punching above our weight a little bit, to be honest with you.
Yeah, and I think you were quite regularly saying, look, it's a draw and 4 draws are not lost, but I think the draws were masking the problems that we've got, and depending, no matter what division we're in, it's the same weaknesses of a lot of players that have been here since Brendan was here, and I really do wish that a lot of them would move on.
Well, we're going to lose a lot of them, whether we sell them in January or they walk in the summer. But so we will see then what happens. Right, that's the table as it stands. Let's say the first game is tomorrow night. Preston are hosting Sheffield United. This was getting me annoyed today because I was colour coding all this. I don't waste my afternoons, but it looks a good one because you've got Preston, who are sat in 11th, playing Sheffield United, who are in 21st now, so they're actually out the bottom 3. But if you look at where Sheffield United are in the form table, they're not, and Preston have lost the last 2. Sheffield United have won the last 2. You can see there the XG for the goals scored and the goals conceded, and 12-10. So they're scoring goals, Preston, but they're conceding them. Sheffield United, look, scored 7, they conceded 17. A lot of that is down to the guy that was in there before, Chris Wilder. Only had 2 clean sheets, and you can see the difference in the team rating. AI predicted a draw. Do you predict it a draw?
No, I predict Sheffield United to beat Preston 2-1. So Preston 1, Sheffield United 2. I think the Wilder effect is happening now, 2 wins. And both clubs are on a different trajectory, I think. Preston, like you did say, Chris, early in the season, they normally fall away, don't they?
Yes.
And I think that's...
Not normally this early, though. Not normally this early, in fairness.
Yeah. Like you say, so Preston, what did I look before? Yeah, so Preston, they've let in plenty of goals. No, actually, they don't let 1 goal a game. But I do think they lack a bit of quality up front. I think they're a solid team. But Wilder, I just think Sheffield United, I think he will, most of us believed he will turn them around. He didn't do it straight away, but 2 wins. They are they've got some really good players, actually, Sheffield United. And yeah, I think they're going to go on a run. I think they will go on a run.
It was only a matter of time, wasn't it? He kind of came in and he's done it before, let's be honest, with Sheffield United. And guys, if you're watching, jump in with your predictions. Please just put PRE versus SHU or something so I know which game you're predicting. But join in with the predictions. If you're still with us, Jim, you can put down what you predicted. I'm presuming, Wayne, these are what you predicted as well in the
yes
in the prediction league for those 6 games. Yeah, I mean, like I say, you've only got to look at the last 4, the last 4 games, and look, like I say, look where Sheffield United are. It's quite amazing, really.
It shows you the wins are important, not draws. Wins really move you up the table.
Yes, yeah. I was torn with this one. The prediction there is the AI prediction, my little Chinese girlfriend, you know what I mean? That she usually convinces me, but she's not doing very well because I'm going down the table rather than her going down on anything. But just say that I think I was going to go for a draw. My other choice was, I'm going to make it a full house because Josh also went 2-1. And, no, I'm going to go 1-0. So I am going to go for the win, but I'm going to go 1-0 to Sheffield United.
Very wise, Chris, very wise.
I can change my mind because I've not put my then don't forget, normally that when it's only a one game week, we can the deadline is midnight to give you guys a chance to watch this, and if any of this helps you at all. Jim's
Preston's top scorer, Chris, is Osma
Easy for you to say.
I know, from Preston. He's only got 3 goals. So I just think they're a good, solid side. You know, they won't score a lot of goals, and they will end up being sort of 15th, 16th. What did you predict Preston to be at finishing the league when you did the...
I can't remember.
I think it was quite...
What I can do, interestingly, I found this a while ago, and that is...
Not the winning lottery numbers, Chris.
Yes, and if you're lucky, I'll share them with you. Now, this is the predicted final table, and it changes week in, week out, but it's done by Opta. So when it comes to stats and figures, they're the royal family, aren't they? Well, royal family less one. And they've got Preston to finish 12th at the end of the season. So Jim has gone, he's gone Preston to Sheffield United 1. So he's not agreed with you. He's gone the other way round.
Blimey. He was always a rebel, weren't he, Jim?
He was, and I was just getting ready to play football, friends, then, and I realised. So yeah, I think Preston, the decline has started quicker than I thought it would do, in all honesty, because normally it's around Christmas when it starts to drop off, a bit like pines on a Christmas tree. But it started a little bit earlier this time. But yeah. So we're all going, apart from Jim, for a Sheffield United win. Next up, Coventry versus Watford. Look, 62% chance of Coventry winning. Their last 5 games, it's www. They haven't lost this season. They are sacked. They are sacked first. Watford are 12th in the form table, 1st and 6th. Watford are doing better of recently. As you can see there, the last 5 games at the top, though, it's been lost, drawn, lost, drawn, lost for Watford. So again, a bit of iffy things. Scored 31, only conceded 8. And people moaned about us getting a 0-0 with them. Watford can score, but they concede as many as they score. No clean sheets for Watford. The only team in this division that haven't kept a clean sheet. And I don't think that's going to change this weekend.
No, they are quite weak. I think they're just misfiring Watford at the minute. They have got a lot of potential with the players, but I do think they are, misfiring. They are better informed. We've got more points than we have actually in the last 20 games. But Coventry, like you've mentioned it before, Chris, who are the top 2 goal scorers in the Championship?
Hadji is one of them, I know. The other guy plays for Coventry as well.
Yeah, Thomas Asante and Wright, both got 8 goals. One's got 3 assists. What the goals scoring every week, you're going, oh, that's a good result. Well, that's quite impressive. 5 got, and it's going on week after week. And so we did really well to get a draw out of them, definitely. Woohoo! But they are a goal machine. They're quite solid in defence as well.
Their goals conceded.
He's had continuity from last season. If he took over when they were 17th and they end up 5th and in the playoff finals, it does make you wonder, what would happen if he'd had them from the pre-season as well. So I think they're pretty favourite to go up to.
Well, Lampard did have them pre-season, didn't he?
Oh, did he?
Yeah, because he took over them last season.
Oh, yeah, sorry, I meant pre-season.
He took over them in 17th, got them to 5th in the playoffs, and if only he'd had a pre-season.
Yeah, sorry, I meant pre-season for that
Oh,
year.
I see.
So that is impressive to take over a team 17th and get them in the playoffs.
No, it is.
And they played the best football of all the playoff teams.
And I know that Wayne, Brad is not a fan of the Gerrards, the Lampards, and the Rooneys. But I think Lampard, I think if he's given time and the backing, I don't think he's a bad manager, to be honest with you. And look, their goal conceded is 1.17 expected goals conceded. Watford's 1.45. And I've put there the manager, Javier Garcia, and I've put ATOP, and that means, of course, at time of publication. Because you never know when it's going to change with Watford, do you? So, what's your score prediction, sir?
Well, I can predict that the XG score conceded prediction, that's going to go way out the window when they play Coventry. So what have I predicted? Sorry, Chris, let me just grab my phone. I have predicted...
Well, you won't have put... Well, this isn't one of the Super Six.
Right, okay, so I'm going to say 4-1.
You're going to say 4-1. Yeah. And I don't blame you at all, sir. I don't blame you at all. I am going to go... Because, I mean, even if you take that 31 and you take off the 7 they got in one game, it's still damn impressive. I'm Watford have scored 13, which is more than one a game.
They are dangerous when they get it together, Chris. They do look dangerous, actually.
I hate to agree with you, so I'm not going to. I'm going to go 3-1 to Coventry.
3-1, right.
The last time out, they only managed to beat Portsmouth 2-1. So, which again suddenly makes our game against Portsmouth look too bad. But Coventry...
It doesn't look too bad when you're clutching at straws, Chris.
Dan, yeah, I didn't say that last bit, and there was a reason why I didn't, but thank you very much. There's
nothing wrong with being a deluded loyal fan, is there, Chris?
Hey, if you look up Leicester City fan in the dictionary, that's what it says. Right, here we go. Ipswich hosting West Bromwich Albion. This is the second of the Super Sixes. The AI has predicted a home win. 50% chance of Ipswich winning, which surprised me, to be honest with you. Because, West Brom, I mean, okay, they're 10th at the moment in the... they're also 10th in the league. Again, they started off very, very well. And they are a bit of a Preston. They'll start off well, and then they'll drop back, drop back down again. And they usually end up in or around the playoffs. Ipswich, let's be honest with you, in 14th. If it wasn't the fact that it was Ian McKenna, I think the manager would be worried, but I think they will stick with Ian McKenna. They've scored 16, but they've also, both sides have conceded 13. So we're going to have, and Ipswich have only kept one clean sheet, so we're going to get goals in this game, definitely. Not a lot between the team rating. Interestingly, Ryan Mason, and I'm going back before we got relegated the first time, and I think Dave it was who said, we should get Ryan Mason from Spurs. Because he'd just taken over, I think, when Jose was sacked. And I'm like, what the hell? Where's that come from, Dave? And look, there he is now, managing a club, mid-table in the Championship. But Ipswich's form, though, look at that, 20th. Drawn, won, they lost to Middlesbrough, and they lost 3-0 to Charlton.
Yeah, Charlton are a really good side. I really like Charlton. They are a good side. I think he's going to... It's really weird, isn't it? We all expected Ipswich. Were they favourites to go win the title, basically?
Yeah, in a lot of places, yeah.
I think in most fans. But it's just not quite happened. And maybe just the mojo's gone. Lost the last two. That it's going to be interesting how they come back from those two losses. Actually, I've got them down. I've got them down for a win. I think they'll beat West Brom 2-1 because they've got to be desperate for a win. If they don't get this win, I think the fans, because the fans have always been loyal to McKenna, even in the Premier League.
Yeah.
The fans clapped their team off most weeks, didn't they? Because they did try and play expansive. attacking football. They go toe to toe, but if you're facing,
but they've only known success for the last 4 years. So, if it does start to go wrong, we know how quick fans can turn.
Yeah, he's a really good manager. It's going to be interesting how he pulls it around, really. They have spent quite a bit of money as well, haven't they?
Yes, yeah.
Spent quite a bit of money.
Interestingly, for me, when I was thinking of where they were going to finish, I was thinking of all the players they signed when they went up. They got Schmodic from Blackburn, who was the leading goal scorer. Don't know where he's disappeared to.
No, it's interesting. It's going to be interesting to see what he can do, because I think he's a great manager, and I think it probably will end up in, because we thought that he might get poached by. He was approached by Premier League clubs, wasn't he?
Yeah, we did wonder if Man United because of the links, but he was always going to be approached. Let's be honest with you.
I think he'll get them back on form. I do think. At one stage, I thought the Championship was quite a weak league, but I think there are a lot of strong sides around who I've been surprised at the cleverness in the tactics and how physical they are, but also the level of skill of some of these Championship players, which the way you see them finish against us, you're thinking, why would, if we had a forward that can finish like most of these other teams have got, we'd probably be in the top 3.
Put it on your Christmas list, and if you've been a good boy, Santa might empty a sack for you.
I was getting all excited then, Chris, and then you killed the mood.
So what's your prediction for this one, sir?
2-1 to Ipswich, mate.
3-1?
2-1.
2-1.
Yeah, I don't think they'll run away with it. I think we'll just get the job done.
I've got to say, I don't think they're going to win this league, because Coventry are just at the moment smashing it. I had written a score down for this one. Unfortunately, I agree with you and Jim, so I might change it. If this was at the Hawthorns, I don't think Ipswich would win it. But because he's at home, and the stats are going to change soon, so you'll see why I'm saying this. If it had been at home, because it's at home, I've edged for a 2-1 as well to Ipswich. So me, you, and Jimbo, we are all football friend.
I was thinking, will Chris have the guts to play that? Go on, Chris, love it.
Of course, I have the guts.
Football friends forever, Chris.
Yes. Best friends, never break friends. I've lost it. I've lost it already. Right. Next up, it is another non-league game. Now, you'll see here what I've done, because I found this halfway through, and to be honest with you, I thought it's only you guys. I can't be asked to go back and change the others. It would have been a lot of artwork. But you'll see it's got home advantage down on there, 3 rows down on the right. And that is what advantage the team gets by playing at home. So, in this day, they make the home ground a fortress.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So if a team's at home, that is what advantage the team gets.
Is he like King Power was under Rood?
Exactly. I don't think there was a rating ever for that. But look, Portsmouth, lost, drawn, won, drawn, lost. So take your pick. Stoke, again, had a good start. Then they went on a bit of a drawing run. Won and then lost. 17th and 6th in the league. But we know Portsmouth aren't a bad side at all. Interestingly, playing at home, it gives Portsmouth a minus 6% chance. So it doesn't actually give them advantage. It gives them a disadvantage being at home. When I saw that, I thought, I'm going to have to start including that, because that really fascinated me. And because sometimes like Leicester, King Power can be toxic.
It can. Well, it was last season, every home game virtually, wasn't it?
Well, what exactly? So that makes very interesting reading for me. Both of them have got 4 clean sheets. It almost looked like Jose Mourinho is.
Yes.
Jim's enjoying himself. Like Jose Mourinho's manager of Portsmouth, but it's John Mousinho. Mark Robbins, obviously, at Stoke. Look, Stoke are sat in 6th. They're perennial mid-table finishers, so they'll be good. They'll be happy with that. Whether he can get them into the playoffs this season or it'll be next season, I don't know. A draw is the prediction. There's not much between the team ratings. They've both managed to keep 4 clean sheets. Portsmouth are conceding the goals, though.
They are. I think that Machino, I mean, if he was in charge of Bournemouth, that would be good, wouldn't it? Machino Cherries. He's like, just give me something, Chris. Give me something.
I'm just thinking half the audience here probably wouldn't even get that.
No.
I'm going to give you a little video for that. I've just got to find it.
Mark Robbins used to play for the Norfolk, didn't he? Sorry, Norwich.
He did, yeah, and us, of course. Don't forget, There we go.
You were quite into trying to get Mark Robbins, weren't you?
I would have. I thought he did all right at Coventry. I think they were He was a bit unfortunate to lose his job here. Look, I've only got to say this to you.
Maybe we could live without the wisecracks.
Okay, Chris, I'll leave it now. Yeah, I definitely think.
It was clever, but the problem was it was too clever. That was the thing. I'm glad you actually explained it to me because I wouldn't have got it otherwise.
Yeah, I think definitely Stoke. I think they're definitely going to be in the playoffs. I like Mark Robbins. I think he's a great manager. It's going to be interesting to see this year whether he can kick on. I think there are a lot of teams that have quite good potential really to either get in the to get in the playoffs and establish itself as a higher up in the Championship. I've been impressed with a lot of the play in the Championship, to be honest. But I think definitely Stoke, as you say, -6 home advantage. And letting in goals, Portsmouth. So I'm going to say Stoke 3, Portsmouth 1.
I was looking at this, and look, we played Portsmouth, and they were not a bad side at all. They held us. Coventry, like I said, could only beat them 2-1. Interestingly, though, they beat Middlesbrough.
Yeah.
So. AI say, what did you say, AI? You said it was a draw. You said it was a draw, right. Well, I'm going to go with AI because she knows her stuff. I have to keep her sweet. I'm going to go 1-1 on this one because I think, again, if it was at the Britannia, I may do it. And I know, look at all these facts and I still don't believe it. But if you look at the win probability, 36% Portsmouth, 35% Stoke. I mean, I know that's a probability, but, they're going to be tied. It's going to be tied for them. But, yeah, I'm going to go 1-1. Right. Up next, we have got Blackburn Rovers against my team that's just down the road from me, Southampton. This is the Super 6 game. Blackburn Rovers are in dire trouble. They are sat in 23rd. They are only one place above bottom, and that's because Sheffield Wednesday is so bad. No disrespect to them. They've only managed 1 point out of a possible 15. That said, Southampton have only managed, they managed 6 points out of 15. Blackburn Rovers, their owners, they hadn't bought it when I was there. As you know, I was at Blackburn. They came in after I'd left. And if anybody wondered why Indian chicken farmers would be buying a football club, nobody knows. Nobody knows why they did it. Not particularly backing the manager, I don't think, in the market. I can see Blackburn actually being dragged down. That said, look at Southampton, under Mr. Still. I can't. I just don't like. I just don't think there's all this hype about him. I just think it was like too much. But they're both conceding goals. Look, 16 from Blackburn, 15 for Southampton. But playing at Ewood Park is not a good thing for Blackburn. The home advantage is in a minus again, minus 13. This is going to be very, very interesting. How do you see this one going? Because AI, you said away win, didn't you? Yes, you did.
AI, I mean, knows the stuff. Can you let me know that link, Chris, so I can look at it before I do the predictions?
Well, I did say to everybody, we don't do the deadlines now midnight on a Thursday. And I also said this week it would be 12 o'clock tomorrow because of the midweek game. Not my fault if you don't read them.
I've got visions of you with about 20 screens on, AI through Alexa, everything, and then doing all the predictions. Then when the fixture results come out, you're going shit. Yes. It's hard to call. I'd say 1-0 to Southampton. I think they are really poor. They've still got Armstrong up front for them. I mean, should he be retiring soon? Will Still, all the sort of theory of Will Still sounded brilliant, and people got carried away with it. And some of our fans really were pushing to get Will Still in. So I think he will probably lose his job. I don't think we'll get another season. But I think Southampton will scrape it 1-0 because Blackburn really are that poor. The goals they concede, they will. I can't see them ever keeping a clean sheet.
No,
so 1-0 Southampton.
Yeah, I've got to agree with you. Under normal circumstances, I might have gone for a draw, but as bad as Southampton are, and 6.78 for the team rating is not high by any chance. 6.69 for Blackburn. They are well worse. I mean, they're not. They've only kept two clean sheets as well. But look at the conceded goals, 16 and 15. This could, if they knew where the net was, this could end up 4-4 or 5. But like you say, and they are bad. But I'm going to go 2-0 Southampton because, like you said, they are bad, but Blackburn are even worse.
Yeah, and really, I suppose 2 is almost. How many games we played? 11, so they're letting over about 1.5 goals a game, haven't they? Basically,
yeah.
So that's a good call, Chris.
Yeah. Michael. Yeah, I don't know why everybody's coming up with a at sign and number after the name. It normally just comes up with your YouTube name, but everybody's is, not just you. Jim is as well. Mine isn't. I've got to say, I don't know. That's because I'm hosting, but. Yes, it's a bit weird. That, shall we say, it's a bit weird, lad. Bit weird.
Why couldn't we be playing Blackburn this weekend, Chris? Why can't we be playing an easier team just to try and get 3 points?
Yeah, it would be a false dawn, though, wouldn't it? But Jim's gone 2-1 to Blackburn. I presume that's what you're doing, or you're saying 2-1 to Southampton because you've written Southampton. I'm going to say he's gone 2-1 to Southampton because I don't think Jim would do that for Blackburn.
He's not that mad, is he, Chris? He's not that crazy.
No, he's not. No, give him credit where it's due. Right, Bristol City. This isn't a Super 6 one. Bristol City against Birmingham. I mean, again, when you look at that. 43% to Bristol City, but just minus 3% for their home advantage. Again, a goal a game they're conceding, but they are scoring. That's the thing. And they have kept 4 clean sheets. Which way do you see Gerhard Struber? He sounds like a Bond villain, doesn't he? Hello, Mr. Struber. How are you doing?
Yes, he does. Stroking his cat or stroking his Wout Faz wig, Chris. No, stop it. Get back. No. You started me off. Well, I mean, we looked at Coventry's 2 goal scorers, and Bristol City have got 2 guys Mehmeti and Twine both got 5 goals each. So both the Bristol strikers have got more goals than, well, basically, one of those guys has got 4 more goals than all of our forwards so far this season.
Yeah. Yeah.
They've got, I mean, look at the average, nearly 2 goals a game. Definitely Bristol City win. Birmingham, I mean, it's interesting. When I watched the first game, I went to a pub down the road to watch the first game, Birmingham versus Ipswich, and Ipswich really played really well. But there's a iffy penalty. But Chris Davies, I think he was under Brendan Rodgers, wasn't there? Chris Davies, assistant to Brendan Rodgers. So it's interesting because a lot of people put them down as probably going up, didn't they? At least the playoffs and maybe getting in the top 3 or 4. Yeah, they are struggling, Chris. So I think this will be a Bristol City 3, Birmingham 1.
Yeah. 3-1 to Birmingham, did you say?
3-1 to Bristol.
Oh, to Bristol, sorry. Yeah. I don't know. Also, if you notice as well, the things that are coming up on screen are actually very much over to the left. They're not in the gap that I've designed for them. So I don't know what's happening with StreamYard this evening. We will never know. We'll never know. But let's go. Look at Bristol, though. There's only 2 teams over 7 points with their team rating. One of them's Coventry, and this one, Bristol. And look, they're doing well up in 4th. Whoever Gerard Struber is, he's definitely doing a good job. I can't say anything other than a Bristol win. But I mean, look, 19 goals as well. I think that's only second to Coventry.
4 clean sheets as well, Chris.
I know. I'm actually going to go. I'm going to go 2-0 to Bristol because Birmingham have only scored 11 goals, so that's like an average of 1 a game. So, I do want to
coming up against a team that's got 4 clean sheets. So out of 11 games.
Yeah. Right, guys, just bear with me 1 second because I have. Where are we? I don't know why it's doing that. I really don't. You've confused me. I hadn't noticed until you said, Michael. But now you've told me. I am confused.
That's frustrating you, isn't it, Chris?
It is now. It is frustrating me. But let's just do this. So, listen up, Leicester fans. Don't miss out on live football this weekend, live on Sky Sports with Now. You don't need to have Sky Sports. You can get a Now membership. So if you enjoy watching football, you won't want to miss any of the action. And you can watch all the action live on Sky Sports. All the games are live except the 3 p.m. kickoffs, which unfortunately is Leicester this week. So don't miss a moment. You can stream Sky Sports on Now flexibly. This weekend's games, you've got Ipswich West Brom, Portsmouth Stoke City, Dortmund versus Cologne. And there'll probably be some Premier League games in there as well. So search nowtv.com for full details and just enjoy your football.
The TalkSport Fan Network is the ultimate on-demand destination for the UK's best fan-led football podcasts,
including Leicester Till I Die, independent analysis and reaction for the Foxes faithful.
The TalkSport Fan Network.
Unbeatable club-dedicated content created by the fans, for the fans.
Follow the podcast on the TalkSport Fan Network.
I sounded almost professional there, didn't I?
Slick, professional, with a hint of blue notes and sandalwood.
Oh, what do they say these days? The PayPal payment's on its way to you. And don't miss this. It's a new show again, another new show starting next Tuesday at 9 o'clock. We're starting at 9. After that, it will be a 10 o'clock show, which is why it's called the Late Late Football Show, where I'll be joined by Dan, Dan, the Burnley fan. But we won't really be talking Leicester and Burnley. We'll just be talking anything football. Basically, if something's happened, we'll just natter about it. And if you want to ask things or suggest things in the chat, get it in there and we'll talk about that as well. And me and Dan, obviously, he is, the result of my sperm donation. So, yeah, let's get out there and come along and join us on Tuesday at 9 o'clock. Right, let's get back, and we're going to be going Derby County versus Queen's Park Rangers. 2% home advantage for Derby on this one, but they're sat in 19th, QPR in 8th. QPR had a really good start to the season, haven't they?
Good team, Chris. Good team, like QPR. They've got to be really happy. I mean, 3 wins and 2 draws in the last 6 games. Wow. That's brilliant. Yeah. That is brilliant. And what's interesting now is you got a draw and you moved up 4 places.
2 wins and 2 draws. Oh, in the last 6, sorry.
Yeah, in the last 6. What's interesting now is you start looking at the table, and the table is starting to really take shape. So you've got Coventry and Middlesbrough 1 point apart, but then you go down to Hull City, who are 7th, just outside the playoffs, even though they've won 4, drawn 1 of the last 6. And they're 6 and 7 points behind. So we're starting to see now the people who get draws, I think QPR will be in the playoffs. I really do like the team. Love the manager. I like the style of football they play. I think they're really athletic. So I think QPR will win this, and I think they'll beat Derby County 2-0.
Oh, you're going 2-0 to QPR.
Yeah, Derby have only won 1 in the last 6, haven't they? And, they are struggling to score. Yeah.
No, I wouldn't disagree with you there. I've got to go for an away win because, well, AI, bless her, I think she was smoking something when this happened. She's predicted a home win. It's only sort of 8% more chance of that happening. And they're very, very, Derby, in fairness, they've only lost 1 of the last 5, to give them credit.
Yeah.
But they are sat down in 19th, and that is worrying, and they've only kept 2 clean sheets. Both of them have
both Derby have both conceded 16 goals, which is wow.
Yeah, I was about to say that. If you look at the goals scored, 12 and 15, so they're getting more than 1 a game, but that's no good. And that's what I've always said about, Marty sorting the defence out first. It's no matter how many goals you're scoring at one end, if you're conceding more, you're in trouble. As indeed Derby is showing us, sat down there in 19th. Could this be a draw?
Could it, Chris?
I've only gone for 1 draw this week, which is not like me. QPR on fire, though. Look at them again. They've only lost 1. So they're pretty similar. Ooh. You know what? I'm going to go for a Desmond. I'm going to go 2-2. Yes. I know. Oh, look at the goals. Look. 12 and 15 scored, 16 and 16 conceded. Up here for thinking. Look at where I am in the league. Shows you know what I mean? Right. On that. So I've gone 2-2. Right. This is another Super 6. This is a bit colourful, this one. A team in orange playing a team in red. 40% chance of Hull winning, 32 for Charlton. They've both only lost 1 of the last 5. Hull, we know what they're like, don't we? They're up in 7th, in 5th place for Charlton. A 10% advantage for playing at home for Hull. But Hull, again, 19 goals scored, only 9 conceded. 19 conceded as well. Charlton have scored 13, which again is more than 1 a game. 9 conceded. And Charlton, with Nathan Jones, who at one point was a bit of a joke as the manager, wasn't he?
Yeah.
But he's doing all right at Charlton. And I love Charlton. I don't know, as I say, going way, way back to growing up, I had a soft spot for Charlton. I think it was the sword on the badge.
Yeah, definitely. And they were really renowned for bringing young players on and developed a lot. They had a brilliant young player system, didn't they?
And they had a good manager till they decided to get rid of him. And then,
seems a thing, doesn't it, in football, Chris? Getting rid of managers and then,
I know it falls under the be careful what you wish for rule. But yeah, Charlton. And look, Charlton are up to 5th. Now, out of the 3 promoted sides, they were the one team that most pundits had going down.
Yeah.
And they will be looking at Birmingham and Wrexham and going, as I do to Jim very often. They're up there. But he's doing a good job, Nathan Jones. AI's predicted a home win. Do you agree?
Interesting. They've both got the exact same form over the last 6 games. They've both won 4, drawn 1, and only lost 1. I mean, that is amazing form, isn't it? It's form we dream of. Yeah, Charlton. Was it Tom who said you give the award, wasn't it, for the team? And did you talk about Charlton, didn't you? For the Charlton
on Monday night.
Yeah.
He actually went to Oxford,
but you did consider Charlton, didn't you, for how the form is? I'm sure you talked about it.
Tom might have done because he picks the 3, and then I usually overrule him.
Yeah, well, you got to, haven't you?
Yeah, that's my job.
This is the hardest one that I could not decide, Chris. It's a really hard. I'm just trying to access my score because Hull, they've just FA charged Birmingham and Hull after that. They had a all right bargee after the game, during the game, didn't they? Hull and Birmingham.
Yes, they
involving
did.
The staff and everything like that. We love a bit of that, don't we, Chris?
Oh, I gotta have a bit of this, a bit of that.
Yeah, definitely, mate. Right, so let's see what I put. I'll have to consult my notes. I've gone for a draw, Chris, because a Desmond 2-2.
You're going for a 2-2. Whoa.
I changed it from a Hull win being at home to then Charlton because they've got, I think as a team, they must be super buzzing. The spirit in that changing room must be brilliant. But in the end, I just decided draw.
I can totally see where you've come from with this. I've got 2 predictions in mind. I've gone 2-1 for Hull, and I thought I can't. If I don't go for that, when I started looking at the figures, I changed a lot of my. I sort of pre-predicted some the 6, and then when I was doing this, I thought, nah, that's going to get changed. And I went for 2-2, but I've just gone for a 2-2 for Derby. So I'm going to stick with my original one. Unfortunately, it does mean I'm agreeing with Jim, but I am going 2-1 to Hull.
Oh, it's lovely when friends agree, isn't it?
Oh, you won't be careful, you'll get Spider-Man and Superman in a minute.
I do wonder, in the prediction league, I do wonder, because sometimes you put the Super 6 up, and I see some of the big guys in the group, they're literally putting the scores as soon as you put them up, and I'm thinking, are they just like throw it, or have they spent like 3 nights until 3 a.m. looking at it?
Oh, I do. Dan's one of those that is one of the first usually. I think I don't know whether they're doing predictions on other things at all or other channels, but yeah, it's they are very quick, and I'm just thinking maybe that's what I should be doing. Just say, right, I'm just going to go for it. Don't put any thought into it at all. Which is probably what you thought I was doing when you see where I am in the table. Jim says, please no Spider-Man.
Superman.
Yes. You You wouldn't say that if it was Wonder Woman, would you, Adrian? You wouldn't say that then. Middlesbrough hosting Wrexham. I've got to say, I don't know what to make of Middlesbrough. Great start to the season. Rob Edwards again proving everybody wrong because I thought he was an awful manager. But
I was going to say, you love Rob Edwards, Chris. You love him to bits.
He was the Luton guy, wasn't he?
Yeah. I think he did well.
When he got Luton to the Premier League, let's be honest with you, that's not to be sniffed at. They absolutely... It was a brilliant game between them and Ipswich on the Friday night.
Mm.
And then they went... Did they go to... where are Middlesbrough? Let me just have a look. Yeah, they went to Sheffield United and lost to Sheffield United.
Yeah.
I'm like, how can you do that? But there's a big heavy percentage win on for them. 1-1 lost, drawn for them. 1 lost, drawn for Wrexham. There's a 13% advantage for Middlesbrough for playing at home.
Yeah.
They're both scoring. They've both gotten 15 goals in 11 games. And they both scored 15. But look at Wrexham conceding 7. And Middlesbrough, I'm sorry, there's 3 teams with 7. Middlesbrough have also got 7. Looking at it, I have got to agree with my little Chinese friend, AI. And I think it will be a home win. In fact, I might as well tell you what I'm going to go for here. I'm going to go for... They do score, so I think Wrexham will get... I'm going to go 3-1 to Middlesbrough.
Oh, you know what's interesting? That's interesting, yeah. 3-1 to Middlesbrough. Yeah, that's a good shout. Wrexham haven't quite sort of lived to the hype. What's interesting, I've just looked for the top scorers in the Championship, and I didn't realise Coventry have the first 2, and they also have the 4th highest scorer as well. But Middlesbrough haven't got a high scorer. I'm checking in. Middlesbrough have not got somebody who scored more than 3 goals.
Wow. But again, if you're spreading it through the team...
Yeah. Because I look at the scored plenty of goals. That's why I expected to see a Middlesbrough player up near the top of the Championship scorers. Yeah, definitely Middlesbrough, Chris. They had that one blip, but they're a good, solid side. I do think Rob Edwards has built a really good team spirit as well. And I do think the players really love playing under him. I think 3-1 as well, Chris.
No. Woo, football friends. Go on, Jim. You know you want to go 3-1, don't you? You really know it. Right. Well, here it is. The Battle of the Blues. What can I say? I think we need something special for this.
What, Chris, why are you laughing for?
Why am I laughing? That is the question. Because I know I'm going to get this totally wrong. Because I could not decide, do I stick by my team?
Or do you stab them in the back?
Or do I stab, basically, yes, do I stab them in the back? And I really, I don't know. One of those moments, isn't it? Go on, look, I mean, 3rd Millwall, 9th now for Leicester, but it is a minus 21% chance of them advantage of being at home. So they've lost 1 in 5, we've lost 1 in 5. 38% chances of winning. Alex Neil, he was at Norwich for a long time, wasn't he?
That's all right.
Or for some time. Not much between the teams as well. 4-on-3 clean sheets. Both of us scoring, but I've got to say, they've conceded 13, we've conceded 11. I don't think this is going to be 0-0.
No, I don't. I think Millwall, I mean, I can't believe where they are, to be completely honest, 3rd. And the same form as Hull and Charlton. They won 4, drawn 1 and lost 1 in the last 6. I mean, that is impressive. That's the form that I thought we'd be sort of having. And I have got, as you were talking, I did change my mind, but I realised, well, I put it in the prediction chat anyway. So 2-1 to Millwall.
Ooh.
Yeah, and it's like, I'm not going 4-1 like Tom sometimes does.
So when you said to me about stabbing them in the back,
yeah,
were you thinking of yourself then?
I was. Well, you do fit. It's like interesting. I was smiling as different presenters were putting their scores in the chat, and I'm thinking, oh, they'd be uncomfortable putting that. Thinking you almost feel ashamed at putting the score, but I can't see us getting more than 1. The question was, how many goals do you think we'll score on Saturday against a really good Millwall side, and physical side, and at the Den? So I can't see us scoring more than 1 goal. And the other logical thing I said, do you think that Millwall will probably score 2 goals against us? I do. That's why I thought 2-1.
Well, obviously, yes. Football Friends is back. Jim's agreed with you. He's gone 2-1 to Millwall. Josh has actually gone 2-1 to Leicester. He is staying loyal. Like last season when you weren't in the league, I don't think or were you in the league? I can't remember last season. I'm trying to get
I joined late, mate. I took over from somebody, didn't I?
Oh, you took over from Wayne. That was
over
right.
The wooden spoon, and I managed to maintain the wooden spoon position, mate.
Wish you bloody were this season. Yeah. Last season it was like I want to say that Leicester are going to lose because that will give me 3 points in the prediction league. But there's a bit of me that was hoping, surely we can't lose another one. We've lost 16. Surely we can't lose 17 in a row. It's that. And, my little friend, AI, bless her, you're right. She said a draw. I'm going to have to agree because I can't be like you and Jim and stab us in the back. I really next week. Who knows?
And other presenters in the chat. Don't you single me and Jim out, Chris?
I'm just singling you and Jim out because you are the two that are here. Name names, sir.
I like you carry on talking, Chris. I'll find out.
Yeah. I'm going to go 1-1. I've gone for a 1-1 draw.
I don't know whether we ought to even be bothered speaking to Tom on Saturday. He's put Millwall 3, Leicester 1.
Well, at least he's not gone 4 this time.
Yeah. And Shane has gone for Leicester 3, Millwall 0.
Oh, I don't know I have some of what he's having.
Yeah. Yeah, Jim. Yeah. Yeah, a few draws in there, Chris, actually, to be honest.
Yeah.
There is quite a bit of loyalty.
Jim said there, I hated to go against us, but Millwall at home. And yeah, mate, that was my thought. And I'm just thinking that my thought with the draw is that I don't think we're going to win this. Could we get a draw? There's only one team's got more draws than us this season. We've got 5. I don't know who it is, but one team's got 6. So that is why I've gone for the draw, because I want to stay a little bit loyal, Jim and Wayne.
What's interesting is Tom went 3-1, and I noticed because Brad's near the top of the leaderboard, Tom put his scores in later on, and Tom's copied Brad.
What, for every single one?
Yeah. No, not every single one.
Oh, just that
You
one.
have gone 3-1 to Millwall, actually.
Okay.
So you are very loyal, Chris, and I think you deserve a badge from Marty for being so loyal.
I deserve a Blue Peter badge, don't I?
And John Rudkin is delivering it for you, mate.
Not the fact that anything's been fixed for me. We're not going there, but I'll have a Blue Peter badge. Sheffield Wednesday versus Oxford United. Tom's second favourite team, and look, they beat last time. Well, not last time out, because of course we have the midweek games, and we don't really do a show on that. But they beat Derby 1-0 in a must-win game for them, and they managed to do it. And then, of course, Derby went and won at the weekend as well, beating Norwich. So that's why I gave Oxford my performance of the week last week. Another tight one. Henrik Pedersen, though, he's struggling. You've got to feel sorry for him. You know what I mean? It's like saying, "Hey, you've got promotion, mate. Have I? Oh, brilliant! Yeah, and we're making you a general. Great. Where am I going to? The Alamo. You know what I mean? It's a double-edged sword, really. And I feel sorry for him, and we all feel sorry for every. And I'd love Sheffield Wednesday to stay up. I like Sheffield Wednesday. I remember that time they were in 2 finals in one season under who was it? It was first £1 million player.
Trevor Francis.
Yeah, that was him. I wanted to say Jerry Francis, but I knew it wasn't. But Jerry, I hope we were all wrong as well, Jim. Trevor. So I like Sheffield, and I think there, but for the grace of God, go us all with the owners, and let's be honest with you. Don't get me started. 38%.
Shame on the Championship for allowing them to even get in that position. Because what's the point of any? Yeah,
because they're gonna probably deduct them points. They're going to go down on their own. They don't need any help from the EFL. Do you know what I mean? It's ridiculous.
Well, there's nothing like when a team's struggling and the morale's low from basically a bad owner, and then they just kick them in the nuts, is there? Nothing like kicking somebody when they're down, is there, Chris?
But they need to, when these owners take over the clubs, they need to put a thing to say that if you get into a situation like this, that you can be forced to sell. If you don't sell within, say, a month or 2 months, and give them a chance to, get it sorted, then you will basically have the club taken off you. Yeah, and you'll lose everything.
That's why I don't get some views to. I know, like with Mandaric dying and tributes to things, but I've always viewed Mandaric as he's a brilliant businessman. He gets a club that's about to go out of business. He turns it round. He sells it. It's a win-win. It is a win-win. And congratulations on if you're able to turn a club like that around. Congratulations to you because you've saved the club and you've made some money.
I mean, we all say, don't we? Like, well, he bought Leicester for £1. He bought Portsmouth for £1. He probably bought Sheffield Wednesday for 50p. I don't know what they're like then. Sorry, Sheffield Wednesday. But he also took the debts on.
Yeah.
So he wasn't just paying £1, because he was taking on £5-6 million worth of debt. He saved us going out of business. He saved the other 2 clubs from going out of business as well. He loved his football. He owned a club. He still, even at his death, he owned his club, his hometown club in Serbia. He dipped his toe into American football with the Birch. And yes, he sold it on at a profit because at the end of the day, he's a businessman. But all the clubs he sold, they are now in the shit, but they weren't. Those are not the owners that he sold them to.
Yeah, and if you sell a business, you can't sell a business. It's a shit business. You've got to turn that business round and show you've got an operating profit or you're on the right trajectory.
Yeah,
you don't sell something that's a dead lemon. So obviously it's turned it around, and that is amazing to do that. To be honest,
no, totally, but that's the businessman in him. He's probably one of the earliest people to say these are businesses. And I watched when I was going down my usual YouTube rabbit hole one evening, and it was a case of I was watching about Sheffield Wednesday, and I always thought that it was Mandaric that had sold them to the dodgy owners, but it wasn't. It was something like the second or third
right
buyer. So the guy that Mandaric sold Portsmouth to was all right. Do you know what I mean? But then he sold it on to an arms dealer who then gave it to his son, who was, I think, a drug dealer. Yeah, it was allegedly, by the way, just in case they're alive and watching. But yeah, total respect for him. And, yes, he liked to change his managers. He'd have probably loved to buy Watford, but he changed managers because he wanted success.
Yeah, and he did get success. Yeah, he did get. I mean, look at Newcastle with Mike Ashley. Yeah, they didn't sign anybody, but that was a healthily run football club.
That's the thing. It was, wasn't it? It was healthily run, and when these people took it over, and look, I'm not getting into that whether you agree or not with the people that bought them. At the end of the day, they were no way were they going to be in trouble with PSR. Again, because he's a businessman, Mike Ashley. And I know Newcastle hated him, and I accept that because, look, I'm not a Newcastle fan. I don't know everything that went on. I've only seen it from the outside. But it left them in a very, very healthy position. And funny thing is, they are sticking by the rules. Fair play to them.
They are.
Rules. And it's funny that they're not having the success of the likes of Chelsea and Manchester City. Putting that out there. Just putting that out there.
But Barnes did score. You see his goal, Barnes.
Yeah. Look, Sheffield Wednesday only scored 9 but conceded 23.
Yeah.
They've got in fact they've got one of the most. The XG for the conceded goals is the highest. This is a dogfight at the bottom, which is why I thought I picked it as a Super 6. But Sheffield Wednesday 24th, Oxford 20th. Sheffield Wednesday lost the last 3. Oxford have had a win in there. Home advantage, and now this I think speaks mega. The home advantage is minus 50%. I know.
That is a big. I mean,
yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, carry on, mate.
I mean, you wouldn't expect to ever see that, would you? That figure.
But that's because of the, what's going on at the top.
And throwing eggs at the team, probably.
Yes, yeah. Henrik Pedersen, like I was just saying, he's taken on, somebody who's a hot potato. He is the Theresa May of the footballing world, isn't he? But Gary Rowett, he's a good manager, and I think anywhere other than Oxford, he'd be better than this, but Oxford are struggling financially again. Somehow, my girlfriend, AI, has gone for a home win.
Wow.
I know. Don't know what she's thinking. Are you going to go for a home win, Wayne?
No.
Home win, Wayne.
Not. 23 goals conceded, Chris. 23 goals. And what it is, it's the form. So the last 6, the 6th game, the won, then the drew, then the lost. That's a worrying thing. When we played Sheffield Wednesday, we thought, what, they could probably do something here. But it's just the dropping like a stone. I really liked Oxford, the way they're playing. I really liked Oxford, to be honest. Thought they're a good, solid championship team. Although they're quite low, I can see them climbing up a little bit higher. And they've won twice and drawn one in the last 6 games, which is they've got the same amount of points that we have in the last 6 games, basically. So I think Oxford will win a 2-0 win to Oxford.
I wouldn't argue with the outcome there. Sheffield Wednesday are conceding. The fact that they're actually sat there with any points on the board at all is amazing. There's only one team worse than them. They did get the draw with Birmingham. They lost 5-0 to Coventry. Who saw that coming? 2-1 to Charlton, but Middlesbrough struggled. They only got 1 past them. I can see Oxford doing better. I think they've got a good manager in Gary Rowett, and like I say, I think any other club that was maybe not in the position financially that they are, he would do well. But I think he's a good, solid manager. He might not get them promoted, but he'll keep them safe in the Premier League, in the Championship. I don't know what AI was on home win. I've just gone 1-0 to Oxford.
Yeah, and you got to say, Chris, Sheffield Wednesday, to win and draw 2, and then the next game they come up against Coventry. that is, and the cruelty of that fixture, and then the loss against Coventry, got thumped 5-0, and then they lose the next two. That's a real kick in the teeth, isn't it? That is for them.
Interesting here. Michael said, Michael, please come up on when we do the debate show on a Tuesday night. Please come in and put that point as well. So, excellent question. I wouldn't mind Mike Ashley buying Leicester. Now, everybody says to me, look where you are now. How are you feeling? And I said, I wouldn't, if you told me 11, 12 years ago that we're going to win the Premier League, win the FA Cup, quarter-final of the Champions League, semi-final of the Europa Conference, losing to the eventual winners. In Europe, 2 seasons, was it 2 seasons running or 3?
Sorry, in
Europe, I think it was at least 2 seasons running. But after all of that, you're going to end up like you are now in a bit of financial trouble, 2 relegations in 3 seasons. I would say, I'll still take that last 10 years. As a Leicester fan, I'll still take all the trappings and the wins and the European journeys. However, if they said, would you do all that and then have a club that goes out of business at the end of it, then obviously, no, I'd sooner not win things than still have a business. So if Mike Ashley was to buy Leicester, I think that's where we'd end up. I think we'd end up as a team that maybe was a bit of a yo-yo club, because we know, he didn't keep, he made some strange management decisions, didn't he? But would you mind Mike Ashley if Top came along and said, look, I've got to sell the club, Mike Ashley's buying it? There'd be a lot of Leicester fans that would be going, no. I'd be kind of, well, a bit like, not quite like Michael, but I'd certainly be thinking, maybe.
Well, what I find interesting, the son-in-law and the grandson, they support Newcastle for donkey's years, and it'd be interesting to ask them how much influence Mike Ashley had over their signings, because that's what the club was accused of, no ambition, and fans obviously want the team to...
But he always backed the managers, didn't he? There was never a manager that went in there that had no signings in the windows. Not necessarily the best signings, but...
I think they tried to reach, but the consistently they didn't have the rights. Well, it's like we were so lucky to have our recruitment team, weren't we?
Yeah.
It's like the perfect primordial soup for life to start, and that's what happened at Leicester. Nigel Pearson, the stuff he got in.
But how would you react to Mike? You're avoiding the question here, Mr. Starmer. I asked Mr. Speaker. I'm going to have to ask the gentleman the question again, because I don't feel he answered. How would you feel if Mike actually bought the club?
Do I think he'd be run as better than Top has been? Yes, I do think he would. Because as Michael said, Vishai did it for us. He was the man at the helm.
He's the businessman, as we were saying, wasn't it?
Yeah, he's an out-and-out businessman who's done it. And that's why all the super rich people, they often don't give the kids a load of money. They say, go and make your own way. You've got to make your own way. You've got to learn the tough times you have in a business. So, I think he'd run it better than we have been doing. I don't think it'd allow certain things to have been happening. It's one of those, isn't it? So would you would, Chris, would you?
I'm going to do a you now, Wayne. I'm torn. That fence is well and truly shoved up my arse on this one, because he's not the owner that I would jump up and down with. I mean, if suddenly Sheikh Mahand or whatever it was from Kuwait suddenly came in, you'd be thinking, all that money and what have you. But then again, could be dodgy. We know there's been dodgy owners out there. There's a Thai one that owned Man City that ended up in jail. That was dodgy. But Do I think the club would be run better than it has been? Yes. Do I think we would, get ourselves out of PSR and not go back into it? Yes.
Yeah.
Do I think we would have the success we've had in the last 10 years? No. But we would have a club that, and I'm not saying we're on the brink of going out of business, but, you've got to think about these things, haven't you? But anyway.
Didn't you say you're sick of all this PSR stuff as well?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
I really want it over and done with. I really, really do. Right. I want us to start the season where I've not got that hanging over me, and I think whatever we do, it's what we've earned on the pitch. This wasn't going to be a Super 6 because I was going to pick Sheffield Wednesday, Oxford, but due to me being a knobhead, I couldn't. 45% possibility for Swansea, 27 for Norwich. Lost, drawn, lost, won, drawn. That's Swansea's last 5. Lost, drawn for Norwich, who are now in the relegation zone. Although Swansea's home form, minus 22% advantage they get. Alan Sheehan, obviously the ex-Leicester guy, managing there. Liam Manning at Norwich. If Will Still's not going to be going very soon, I think Liam Manning will be. If you're looking on the form on the last 4, Norwich are worse than Sheffield Wednesday.
Yeah.
I mean, you'll have the 6. I'm looking at 4 here. I'm kind of Norwich got one of them. Like, I've looked and think of Norwich as a club. They've got out of their, yo-yo cycle of up and down. But I always thought, they'll be finishing 12th, 10th, something like that, midway. But they are struggling this season.
I think in the league prediction finishing at the start of the season, you had these about mid-table, didn't you, Chris? Something like that. I'm sure you did, you guys. Yeah, I mean, you look at that, Chris. Norwich on the BBC Sport website, red, black, red. Drawn 1 in the last 6 games. That is it's mad. I'm definitely going for a Swansea 1-0. I mean, they're both. Swansea scored 10 goals and Norwich 11, but they've conceded 16 goals in 11 games. I mean, wow. So 1-0, which is almost the average of the goals scored in a match, and they have had 3 clean sheets, and that's pushing me to the 1-0. 1-0 to Swansea, Chris.
I agree with you, and I agree with you to the fact that I've got 1-0 as well. Looking at that, I was wondering if I should talk myself into going 2-0, but 10 goals is not a goal a game, is it? So, I'm not quite. But look at the team rating. There's only 0.1 between them.
Yeah.
It's strange, but it's also it's a minus 22%, so there's not that advantage of being at home. Yeah, I'm going to stick with me 1-0. To be honest with you, and there we go, ladies and gentlefolk. That was the last game. Wayne, thank you so much, sir, for coming in.
It's all right, mate. I wish you the very best, Chris, in the prediction league this week. I hope you smash it, mate.
Me or Jim? Did you say
you?
Yeah, I need to smash it.
You do.
I am the Leicester City of the of the prediction league. Michael, thank you so much. I mean, I think that's a great question. That about my family.
That's a nice little grenade question to throw at a few people, isn't it, Chris? On a Tuesday night.
I am writing that down, Michael. Because I think that. Because it's not just a straight, would you fancy shake my hand buying it? Everybody's going to say yes because there's a shake and is the money. But with this one, you're not necessarily going to have years and years of success, but you will have years and years of being a steady ship.
Yeah, and it'd be interesting whether a different owner would be able to get the stadium expansion going, and it'd be interesting to see how much impact he had on the signings, because our contracts is hamstrung our club, isn't it?
He would get that side sorted out so much, but look, Wayne, you stepped in at the last minute. I really do appreciate it. Thank you very much. Are you free?
No, never was, Chris. It wasn't me.
I know you charge me, and I think it's like bloody hell, because what people, I should just tell people because they probably don't know, and I'm sorry, I have to say this, that Wayne, although he looks a bit old to do it, he did for a while. One of his jobs was a rent boy, and I remember him. Oh, when I first met you, you said, like, I had a really good night tonight. I said, really? He said, yeah, I've got £30 and 50 pence. And I said, who gave you 50 pence? Which me bastard gave you that? Thank you. I've been all right. Sorry.
I've got Pet Shop Boys playing in the background now, Chris.
Yeah. Oh, show everybody your ass. Yeah. See, everybody thought I was being rude then. Everybody thought I was being rude. Look, hasn't Wayne got a nice ass, everybody?
This is basically, I bought this because the Prediction League is basically pinning the tail in the donkey, because how the hell do you predict it?
Yeah. All I'm going to say is we should be playing out to this. Dude, I can't hang how it went. You heard it yet? Blockbusters.
Oh, before my time, Chris.
They always used to have little mascots as well. Oh. And that's what I call mine anyway, my mascot.
I'll have a pee, please, Bob. Yeah.
Exactly. All right, then. Thank you very much, sir. Be tomorrow for the press conference?
Yes, bud.
7 o'clock, or is that easier for you than 6?
That's fine, mate. Let's have a good positive Friday evening.
Jim says, look at my scores this week, all 2-1s. Only Jim. And of course, who can ever forget that great American headline? I think when the Americans drew with us back in the 1930s or whenever it was, and the American headline in their newspaper was, the USA win 1-1. On that note, look, thanks very much. Look, I love you, Jim. You know that, mate. And I'll see you tomorrow at 7. Thanks to everybody that's been in the chat as well. Like, share, turned into Sean Connery then, didn't I? Like, share, and subscribe. And if you've been listening by your favourite podcast platform, whatever that is, thank you very much for lending us your ears. Thanks a lot, Wayne. I'll see you tomorrow, mate. Take care. And everybody else, have a very good night. Come on, Foxes.
Thanks for watching. These videos are tremendous. You better like them too, or I'll be back.
This podcast is proud to be part of the TalkSport Fan Network.
TalkSport. Powered by fans.
That will conclude this evening's entertainment.